Blessed be, y'all. This is Gen Free Mind. Thought I'd do a little bit of video on a book that I liked and that I studied a whole lot. The name of the book is called Liber Null. It is by Peter Carroll. This is a classic chaos magic text, and the thing that I found surprising, I would say, about it is when I first read the thing, I had already thought that I had been through some of the levels that it describes in there. It's actually a text about how it's a workbook for an organization, basically, and I figured I had been through some of these levels here, and I could identify with a lot of the stuff in the book. And then I had read this book three times completely, front to back. I don't have a paper copy of it. I downloaded mine off the internet, or else I'd show you the book. But it's still out there in ebook form if you want to go and find it and download it. And I had read this book three times, cover to cover. And then I got full of myself and thought, oh yeah, I'm getting ready to be, get this. I'm going to be, like the master level or something like that pretty soon. So I went back to read the book again, and it had all changed. And some people say, well, what? Somebody messed with your computer or something? And I'm like, no, it's more like I shifted over into some other dimension, some other parallel thing where the book is different or something like that. I don't know exactly what happened. A lot of the essential stuff's still on the same pages and all that sort of stuff, like the Alphabet of Desire, and a little exercise in there to crack your brain open. It's an exercise where you take a single die and you roll it, and whatever you roll, you have to put yourself in that mindset for, a day, a week, a month, whatever. And it's interesting to try to shift your mindset. And it's different mindsets. It's like, what it is to be a deist, or a monotheist, or polytheist, or atheist. The atheist one got me. That one is a hard one to do for me. There's another little slogan I want to put out to you, and I think it was Austin Spire who put out a version of this, and then it's either Peter Carroll or Phil Hine that came along and made it a little bit more succinct. But it goes, everything's a lie, so anything is possible. And that kind of sums it up for me, because if you think about that your will is actually creating the world that you live in, it goes to that, and the more you study stuff, the more you realize that the world is not how it appears, and you gotta look past the surface stuff to be able to actually do anything. Do anything that's meaningful, let's put it that way. And when I say meaningful, I mean in a spiritual sense. Yes, you can get a job and make money and have a family and all that stuff, and that fits into the surface stuff. But if you want to go into the spiritual realm and the mystic realm, you really have to realize that everything around you is not how it appears. And there's a lot of programming that goes into your everyday life that you got to get past to be able to. That programming can act as a filter and color the way you see the world. And you got to be able to remove those filters and see it for what it is. Even though a lot of times you have to go along to get along type thing in the world. But when you're in your private domain and you can actually let the filters down and actually see things, that's when stuff starts to happen. And it's also cool when you can actually do that in ordinary life. Just go out to the mall and see the mall and the people for what they are and not what the surface thing is. And it's a trip and a half. It's a trip and a half to just go sit on a bench in the mall and watch the people and see it for what it truly is. It's interesting. So that's all I've got for now. Go take a look at that book. If you really want to break your brain, try Austin Spire. His stuff is really out there. Phil Hine boils things down pretty well. And Peter Carroll's kind of a middle of the road there. So those are three names. There's a website called, and let me make sure I got this right, occultunderground.com, and check that out because they've got a lot of free ebooks on there. I was trying to find the Libernal thing, but I couldn't find it anymore. I don't know if they took it off. Their selection seems to vary from time to time. So that's a good source for you. Until next time, I'm Jen Freemind. Blessed be y'all.